I don't know that we can actually talk about it.
But is there any rules against it? I think we can talk about it.
Talk about that?
You know, we were on it for how many years and how many great memories we had from it.
Make a play-by-play of what it was like for you guys of finding out.
We can talk about that, can't we? How's my hair look?
Great.
It's a bit of a disaster.
It's perfect for
It's
a
one of
clicking
those
skin.
mother's hair kind of look where you're just
Play
like,
that half up,
I
half
don't
down.
give a shit.
Low key, one of the goals for me growing hair out was so that I could do like a really easy, messy half up, half down, and it looks cool.
awesome.
But I don't know how to do it yet.
My daughter once sent me a video of showing like, this is how the back of your head looks. Like it's just a disaster because
Well,
half
let's
of the
turn
hair is
around.
down.
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine, right?
Yeah, no one sees the back.
Whatever. Yes, if you're walking behind me.
No one sees the back.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
We're doing a click and catch up
Yeah.
for click and tell.
Yeah. Can we talk about Taylor Swift and her new album?
We should.
Yeah.
We should.
Okay.
Life of a Showgirl.
Your first reaction?
I haven't listened to it yet. And then this is where the whole, every Taylor Swift fan is like, what? How could you? And
How
then
could you
dies.
not listen to the album?
The first,
You are like me. You drive in the car, you pump up music, you put on Taylor Swift and listen to the new album.
it's not my first choice for like what I would listen to on my own. I would listen to it if I knew as far in advance as I needed to know that I would be talking about it for the pod. That's why I would listen to it.
Listen,
Sorry.
when Taylor drops a new album, you have to listen to the
Yes.
album.
Well, here's what I've seen. I've just seen tons of reactions.
Yes.
That's what I've seen.
Okay,
and I find that so fascinating.
That's a good point. What
I
was the
find it so
reactions you've
fascinating.
seen?
So the first reactions that I saw were people that have been longtime Taylor Swift fans that were like, "This isn't it." Now I don't have a dog in the fight, so to speak.
Right.
But if there are lots, I think when you get to a certain age, sometimes an artist that you loved for a long time just isn't for you anymore, and there are still going to be diehards that stay true to that person. But if you've been doing albums for as long as she's been doing albums,
Yeah.
like any band that you've loved growing up, you know that there's ups and downs. Some of them are amazing, some of them maybe not so much. So I think that's a very natural, normal thing.
Yeah.
But I think with Taylor, everything's always amplified because the idea from her most ardent fans has been that this person is just
Yeah.
like the best.
Yeah.
Right? And more power to them, fantastic.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's okay, like you could be disappointed, that's fine.
Yeah, but you can't be disappointed with Taylor Swift. You just can't. See, listen, I've listened to all of her albums.
Yeah.
And again, I listened to this. I didn't have the same impact or punch because she doesn't have the Taylor Swift bridge kind of music in
Yeah.
this, right? Something is missing, but it's happy,
Yeah.
right? There's melody.
Yeah.
It's catchy melody. The
Yeah.
lyrics are not as exciting as the other albums.
What's missing? What do you think is lacking?
I almost feel like
as
she's
someone
pulling-
as someone who's like really into the entire discography.
I
what do you
feel
think
like
is
I've
lacking?
listened to this music before. It seems like she's pulled from other places.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's something missing about T Swift. What her magic is missing from this album. But I do like the music though. I'm like, yay,
With the production.
It's melody.
production,
it's good.
the melody,
lyrics
all
I'm
that.
not very excited
Sure.
about, right? And
I
I
saw-
think partly is that she has never been very towards sexuality, right? Like I feel like she's always pulled away from that.
And this
then
is jarring that she's leaning in.
she's trying to pull that into this album. There was a song, what is it called? Wood?
That's the one everyone's talking about. That's
Right.
the one I know.
Yeah.
That's the one everyone's talking about.
And
Yeah.
it's not that. It's not what you think it's going to be. It's
Right.
interpretation of the song.
Sure.
But the fact that she's also doing a lot of publicity, the fact that she's been on a bunch of radio shows, she was
Yeah.
on Jimmy Fallon, that interview was absolutely amazing. So I haven't seen her do that before too. So she's really pushing this album in a way.
Well, she's
So I don't know. It's the best album, but it's a good album.
everything around an album release, she's amazing at.
Yeah.
Like, she's an amazing guest on a talk show.
Yeah.
Obviously, she does an amazing concert. Obviously, like the movie, the behind the scenes making of thing, gonna be a huge hit, right,
Yeah.
for all the fans.
And the
But
life
yeah,
of a
I guess-
showgirl, I'm waiting for like that loud music. I'm waiting for, life of a showgirl, like bring it.
But what does that sound like to you? Like a bop, bop,
Brass
like a
music.
brassy? Yeah, that okay, yeah.
Something
I was just
hard
doing
that's
like
gonna come at you.
right, and
It's not in
that.
it. So I don't understand that aspect of it. I mean, there's a song with Sabrina Carpenter that's really great, but again,
Yeah.
it's missing that.
I'm gonna have to give it a
Right?
good listen. My favorite reaction actually was it was a TikTok, and I wish I could remember who did it because it was like, if you're not into the lyrics of this new album, listen to them as if you're listening to a rapper.
Yeah.
And then he put it on to like to a particular beat, and I was like, these go hard. These lyrics go hard.
lyrics
But
go
from a
hard.
different perspective.
Right.
I'd have to give it a listen again. The thing that I'm obsessed with, that I've been obsessed with
wedding.
for a long time, I was going to change the subject. I was
Did
going to
you
move
see that
on,
ring?
Doc. Which, the ring? I mean,
Oh, that's a great ring.
it's amazing. I could,
No, and she's not going to do the Super Bowl. Anyway, she's a star. It's a great album.
that's 2 or 3 houses, that ring.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, wait.
Come on now.
It's a good
Come on now. I was going to say, speaking of Fallon, I was so excited to see Huntrix on Fallon. K-pop Dion Huntrix.
Yes.
Is what I'm
They look great. The
referring
fashion
to.
was amazing.
They look amazing. So, we think about like who's in the Billboard Hot 100, the top 10, whatever. That movie has 3 songs in the Hot 100.
Yeah.
And Golden has been #1 for 15, as of this recording, because I don't know when this is going up.
Yeah.
But as of this recording, it's been #1 for 15 weeks.
It's insane. Yeah. It's become its own culture.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And the way kids listen to it too. It's not just the adults. It's catchy for everybody.
Well, so my daughter's 12.
Yeah.
Right. One day she comes home and she is like, "Dad, can we learn to do the dance from Soda Pop?
Yeah.
Can we do the Soda Pop dance?" And I was like, yeah, 100%. Let's look it up. So we went and found it on YouTube, did it, and started doing it. And when we get in the car, other than the music that I listen to, like we listen to theme music, like she loves Bad Bunny and Kaytranada and all that.
That's a whole other subject.
It's a whole other subject. But when I'm like, yo, pick whatever you want, it's always those 3 songs. And because she's so attached to it, I'm attached to it. And watching those 3 girls perform on Fallon last night and it's a great song.
Yeah.
Like, and the melodies are so catchy and the vocal ability is incredible. Watching them do it like live in person, I was like, I felt like a proud dad watching that.
It was a moment.
It was a moment.
I loved it too. One of the conversations that I've been having a lot is about scammers and how in-depth it is and how much of a business it's become.
Sophisticated.
Yeah. And I was listening to a podcast and learning about these farms that are developed in different countries.
So you're trying to invest?
No, I had no idea the depth of scamming and how far it goes as a business, to the point it's human trafficking, where they take people from different countries and they put them in these farms to deliver these scams around the world.
Yeah.
So I thought about the time I got scammed, and it was so legit to the point my agent thought it was true, that this was actually happening, and they hacked into my Facebook.
Oof.
So now I'm dealing with that. And I'm very good at like picking up what's scamming and what's not. But in this case, they did all their research. They knew everything about me. They wrote questions out for the podcast. And I'm like, holy fuck, I just got screwed. And I have to deal with the aftermath now and trying to figure out who hacked into my Facebook. And it is so well done.
And there's no,
it's
what's wild to
scary.
me is like there's an email paper trail.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming
Conversation on a phone.
I'm assuming it leads nowhere.
Yeah. I know.
You need
I
a
know.
private detective on the case.
I know, but it's become something that I think a lot of people need to be aware of. It's become, I think everyone's been scammed one way or
I'll
another.
tell you what,
but
I'm at a point where if I don't recognize the number on my phone, I'm just not picking up.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Right? Like and I know that's
no,
not.
sometimes
that's not
I do pick it up just to say hi and go, hey, how are you doing?
Right. When you get that text message that says, "Do you have a minute?" from a random number, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm free right now.
What do you want to talk about? You just want to piss them off." But yeah, I would love to do an episode about scamming and learn more about it and get people aware of it, and especially with AI now. And it's a scary place to be.
It honestly so naturally leads into the next thing I wanted to talk about, because Sora came out with their app just the other day. And the idea now, remember when people would joke a year ago about like Will Smith eating spaghetti and how it looked crazy? And it's been getting more and more real. Everybody understood this. But now you've got this app where you can produce just AI whatever.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of the idea that a lot of people vocalize it in this particular way, which I think I'm a fan of, where they go, I was hoping that AI was going to do my laundry and all the menial things for me so that I could go and do art, but instead it's kind of the reverse. And there are people always online now say, it's the future, you can't get away from it, but sometimes there's something that you just shouldn't be diving into. Like, not everyone has different reasons why they shouldn't, some moral, some moral, ethical, or environmental. But sometimes you just watch a thing and you're like, it's not even good.
Yeah.
Like, it looks cool, but it's not even good. Does that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's interesting how I was, again, listening to a podcast and they say the future is AI.
Yeah.
Already hit in the industry, they want to hire someone who's an AI actress. What was
So
her name?
Tilly Norwood
yeah.
is what everyone's been, and yeah, go on.
So I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
that the idea that they're taking over your jobs, and it's so interesting in the podcast. He was talking about how you have to get behind AI, and AI is going to be who you are in your career. And I couldn't comprehend the idea what he was trying to say. So it's almost like you're investing in your own AI to be your job. And that's your job, is to create this AI, and that's the future in the next 5 years.
I hesitate to dive into anytime there's an emerging technology.
Yeah.
And there will be 100 people. They're like, this is the way it's going to go. This is the way it's going to go. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. We have to look at even recent history of like 20 years back. What are the things that were a craze? What are the things that were like, this is the future, everyone's going to be doing this, that you've just kind of forgotten about?
Yeah.
Or it was a bubble that burst, or it didn't go any way that people really predicted that it was go.
I see this as Instagram, for example, how everyone jumped onto Instagram or social media just in general. And this is a force where it is a career for a lot of people, right? And it became a thing. I didn't think that was going to be a thing. I remember the first time someone who introduced me to Instagram, I'm like, this is stupid, right? And then now I'm
that
following.
That was me. You called me stupid for it. And I was like, wow, how dare you?
I'm following that norm because that's what the culture says to do. And it is a job. It is a place to where you can connect with other people. And that's how I feel about AI. I think it is the future. I think there's not, how do we figure out how to use it? But the idea that somebody wants to make a film with an AI character blows my mind that it may actually happen.
I think that, so let me try to organize my words right here. I do think that large language learning models and the things that we're calling AI right now, because that is like it's kind of like
broad.
A brand term.
Yeah.
They're going to be incorporated into the workflow of almost everything that we do. Whether or not it takes over and becomes the thing instead of like the traditional version of this work, I think is yet to be seen for a lot of things. I think that there are a lot of cases where if it's trustworthy enough, then it can be a really accessible way for people to get into a certain industry or to use those tools to help them do a lot of things. I think that there are certain people that are pushing really hard for, let's say, a Tilly Norwood, like for an AI actress, because they have a vested stake in that succeeding. So they will tell you that you are going to miss out on the boat of what the future is, so that they can build that to be the future. And then those people get to basically make money while other people don't.
Listen, I should have invested in Microsoft when I was told to do it when I was a kid, and I didn't, right? So it's almost saying, I don't know, AI has such a power, and I'm already invested in it in terms of where it's going to go. So it's almost like you got to learn how to play with the AI game. And so what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean creating your own new AI world, which is affiliated to you. But do you use that become not your identity, but part of your identity? So we'll see. We'll see with AI. It's an interesting space. It is fascinating. And I worry about it mostly because of students, you know, using whatever function, ChatGPT, whatever it is, like, are they dumber? Like, I don't know. Is it using AI, will that make you a different type of smart? Will it freaks me out a little bit. Like these kids who are going to med school and getting help by AI or whatever it is that a smart tool and making them smarter, or is it making them dumber? I don't know.
I really do think it's how those things are utilized. There are people that are programming and deciding in which way this, you know, the learning models, the language models, put out information.
Yeah.
It's learning what it's given and then repackaging it out. So if someone is in charge who thinks that, you know, all of Canada should disappear, then it can lean it in that direction. It can skew it in that direction. So there are things we have to actually be mindful of when we're giving ourselves to a whole new technology. Not to mention the idea now that it can make photorealistic video. So then how does anybody go into the information sphere and be able to parse out what's real and what's not, when you can literally just crop out the watermark that says Sora.
Yeah.
Like if there's nothing that's keeping anyone from just kind of like spreading a video that said that you, I don't know, but some awful thing that could happen to you, right? Sangita said this, and it looks like you, and it sounds like you. And how do you combat that? If it is looking photorealistic, like that is our very like present. It's not even the future. That's present. That's like the now.
Yeah.
Want to play click or skip?
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Click or skip.
Okay.
The idea behind click or skip is that a subject comes up.
Yeah.
And click if you've got a take. Skip if you don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. But if you click, you got to talk about your take. You got to do it.
Click or skip, how do we feel about a network canceling one of the best Canadian shows to ever be on television?
We could talk about that. So ET Canada ended in 2023. Interestingly enough, it is the 2nd year anniversary, close enough to the day ET Canada came to an end. I think it was last week.
Wow, yeah,
it's
look
been
at that.
2
It's been 2 years. I had
and-
forgotten how long
Yeah,
ago it was.
yeah. And it was a hard time for all of us because, you know, our team was let go, and the first time a national Canadian television was taken down in a way it did, because it was a big entertainment show, big name, and it was not the easiest day when we found out this was all happening. And you found out the day after I did.
You found out before. I don't envy you for having to carry the information and then still be
in the studio.
In studio, on camera, talking to people, because it's impossible to see someone in the state that you were in and not want to know what's up.
I know.
Right.
Because my tradition, and I don't know if you knew this, but every time I would go into the studio to say hi to Ryan, all the gang, before I'd ever go into the studio and say, what's up? And that day I didn't do it. And so Ryan right away said, what's going on? Like, she didn't come in to give me a hug or whatever I usually do. And that was the first signal. And he goes, are you okay, right after we shot? And the idea that I had to look away, and I suck at lying, you know, I'm not very good at it. So I put my head down, and I was the one who I think I leaked it because I just couldn't keep it together. But I miss it. I miss our team. I miss the fun we used to have, and it was such an iconic show, and it was special to us. And it's, you know, to this day, I still think about it and what that, you know, we were on it for how many years, and how many great memories we had from it. And
what gets me is when I get all my, like, on this day in 2019, on this day in 2018.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Yeah, or well, like it's in whatever, all your photo
Memories,
apps, right? But I forget sometimes how long I was with the show. In my mind, it was for a shorter time, but I had started doing carpets and little drop-ins with you guys before I like officially started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I remember when I started, it was such an exciting.
You
for me, it
joined
was
right
such
before
an
TIFF,
exciting
I think it
thing.
was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such an exciting thing to do because this team looked like they were like firing on all cylinders all the time. You guys were having the best time. And it was such a great ride to hop onto. But I remember, I tell this story often about a conversation we had when we were talking on the phone the day that we all found out. And I remember exactly where I was because I was driving down a particular street and crossing these like train tracks. And you were like, what are we gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I said, whatever you want, like whatever you want now. And I think as difficult as it was for me to come to terms with the fact that we weren't all gonna be together anymore, because that was the thing I loved about it the most, was like everyone, like you just said, everyone that we worked with, the cool things that we got to do.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, I had been doing those cool things for like 20 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
Since I started at YTV, I'd been doing a lot of really cool things. So I don't think I ever thought in my head that it had to be the same version of, like if I was to stay in entertainment, it'd have to be the same version of it forever. Just for my part, I remember thinking that, oh no, like what am I gonna do for work was the first kind of panic button. But on that drive home, before we talked, I remember having this conversation with myself about, you know, what's done is done. And now whatever opportunities are in front of us, we're allowed to go grab whatever we want.
Yeah.
whatever we want.
Which is
and
hard
kind
to
of
comprehend, right?
Yeah, especially in the moment. Especially in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did good.
I think we did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to check in with people too and see what they're
Yeah.
doing and kind of like the evolution they've been taking in their lives and what they took from their work to their next thing. But yeah, it was a moment for sure.
Yeah.
And I think one of the shocking things for people was that I don't think people foresaw it kind of ever coming to an end. And you take for granted when something's been around for so long that eventually everything comes to an end. But you don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if it didn't look like the way you thought it was going to end for you, then it can be a shock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
Bittersweet. But happy to be here.
Oh, that was good. That's everything I've ever wanted you guys to ever talk about.
Click and skip.
Ah,
I know. Can you believe it's been 2 years?
that's
It showed up on my
wild.
Facebook page and said that.
It's wild
You
that
just
it's
said-
been 2 years. Everything feels like, now that I'm an old man, everything feels like it happened yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything feels like it happened yesterday. And alternatively, a million years ago. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, crazy to think that.
How do we feel about the media landscape of children's television now that YTV has changed, now that Family Channel is no longer with us? How are we feeling about all of that and how much that landscape has changed?
Yeah, I'll click on that. I mean, I hear from fans all the time, like people that grew up watching YTV all the time, that it's just not the same. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. But also keep in mind, when you're 25, you haven't been watching kids TV for a long time, so
Yeah,
you didn't know
yeah.
how much things changed from when you were 12 to now. Having 2 kids of my own and kind of seeing the evolution of how media is distributed and how we consume everything, it doesn't feel unnatural. There is great programming out there for young people to watch. I think the issue, for the most part, is people knowing what is out there that's great and where to watch it if it's not the most popular stuff.
Right.
So obviously Bluey is incredible. Love Miss Rachel, all of that. But if you're looking for the smaller shows or Canadian produced things, or you have to know.
Yeah.
And I could be speaking a bit out of turn because I haven't been in kids TV for a long time. So anybody that knows and is in there, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it seems like there isn't a sort of a central place where, as viewers, you gather and you're all watching the same thing as young people, and you're all being entertained kind of in the same way at the same time. But it's just an extension of what's happened with TV in general.
Yeah.
Like that's the same conversation as there's no water cooler talk anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's no weekly thing to watch.
Yeah.
And for young people, I think the 2 things I sort of lament about it is that, I guess there's a number of things now that I think about it. Obviously, with Nelvana shutting down was a huge blow, I think. It's a heartbreaking thing for a lot of people that were either involved directly or even like involved kind of like on the side, the way I was, and who grew up as fans of Canadian animation. Like that's
Franklin.
it's such a shame.
Yeah.
People will always say, oh, well, there are individual creators that are making cool things. And there are, but again, like you have to know who they are. You have to know what they're making. And also because there's no sort of like governing body online that says what you should and shouldn't be showing young people. I'm curious now about what sort of this generation of young people will grow up to be like when they talk about their media, because we had concerned children's advertisers. We had a lot of
Things that were in place.
guidelines in place that were supposed to be protecting kids from certain things, and one of them was being really over advertised to, or advertised to in a particular way that could be damaging. I don't see any controls for that anymore. So that's kind of like, that's one of the biggest things that I sort of lament, is that where are we going with that, and how do you, because as a parent, it's very difficult to take individual responsibility for all of the media that your kids can consume. I think the job is too big for any one parent if they care about that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think also mom groups help, when mom says you watch this or that. And that's how I used to decide what the kids were watching was, there was something called Kinder Music when my daughter was a kid. So we would go to these music classes, or what was it? the Mozart. Do you remember those videos?
Like Baby Mozart?
Yeah, Baby Mozart. So that was the thing my kids was exposed to, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's also important, is having the right people to have those discussions. I think that still happens, over mom groups. So it's a different way of, word of mouth kind of situation that works. But you're right, the standards are gone, and you're right, like how are you consuming information and shows, and what are you looking at, right? Like what are you being exposed to? Because I feel kids have things I was exposed to at 18 are being exposed to kids now at 10, right?
But you know what's crazy? I don't know if it's crazy, but my kids gravitate towards stuff that I grew up on. Because
true,
it's
very
available
true.
It's available in streaming.
Yeah.
Because like there's not a lot of, I don't think there's not a lot of it. Maybe again, maybe it's that thing people don't know what the new versions of those things are.
Yeah.
But whether it's sitcoms or like kid sitcoms or cartoons that are from the 90s, those are the things that I think it's because there's like a million episodes of them. It's easy to binge watch. And as a parent, you kind of understand, other than sort of certain cultural mores that are maybe out of pace with the times, nothing too crazy is going to be happening.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of, I find often that's what they crave watching when they're not watching like anime, Demon Slayer,
South Park.
Whatever. South Park. We haven't gotten there yet.
Red carpets, give me your best story that you have from each of your red carpet experiences that you've had.
Oh, gosh.
Best red carpet experience?
Click or skip, y'all.
The most memorable, I'm going to click.
You have so many, though.
I know, but this one is very memorable because it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
At the Golden Globes. And
I have a side one.
This is years ago.
Are we surprised anymore whenever
This is, I know, wait, but this is 9 years ago. It was that, you've been to the Golden Globes. It's hard to get anybody on the carpet when you're spot 155. And he's walking right by in his maroon blazer, and I think I've told you this story. And I said, push-ups, and he comes over, and we talk, and he's like, you can't handle it. So that was the beginning of our relationship, right? So that has to be the most funnest and most memorable moment on a red carpet that created a relationship, a friendship.
Which is one that I used to my advantage, because there was a San Diego Comic-Con where I think it was before Black Adam came out.
Oh, okay.
It was the Warner carpet. So Shazam and Black Adam.
You were there with Craig,
Adam
right?
on the carpet. Always there with Craig. And we're at the end of the line for this one, unfortunately. And Dwayne Johnson is about to leave. Sorry, I gotta go. He had already done the scrumming, and he's scrumming, meaning like when all the press come together, you got like 3 or 4 press, and you all have to just like share space with your celebrity. And he's about to walk off, and I was like, Dwayne, DJ, Sangita says you gotta come say hi. And he goes, he's on his way out, and he goes, oh, Sangita Patel, okay, what's your thinking? And he goes, all right, you got a minute, make it quick, what do you got? I can't remember what we talked about. So I was like, whoo, we got
And you got it, you got the interview.
At the Golden Globes 2019, I think, that I was there. Again, Craig, and this is one of my favorite red carpet moments. So the way the carpet works there is like, there is this entryway, and there's kind of like a big fountain thing in the center. It's where the cars drive through normally. And the red carpet goes all the way around. So all the press is lined up all around it like this. I'm on the side of the fountain where when you're coming down, you can't see us. We're like hidden behind it. And our good friends at eTalk have a big, think about a big thing, right? Like they're the broadcasters.
On the other side,
so they're huge. Craig is walking around with our ET Canada sign, trying to get people like to come over. And if you watched eTalk's broadcast, Craig is in the background with our sign like this, being like,
I remember this.
Get over here. Good. Like always ready to just jump in deep water to get whatever we need to get that guy.
That Craig is the best.
Yeah.
The best producer,
so
knows how to edit. He's the only one who edited my stories. Did you know that?
Also the most the most hated in a very loved way. The most hated in a very loved way.
Craig is the best. Craig, I love you. I love you. Okay.
All right, let's do
Quick photos?
Quick photos very quickly, and then we'll
Okay.
be good to go.
I remember this was our last photo shoot day. We look like a beautiful box of crayons.
We do, actually.
Look at this.
Maria dressed us.
I loved the suits. I really did love wearing a suit every day.
That's good.
I don't do that now.
Yeah.
Was this the suit
But
that
it
you
was
had your
nice.
flight
Maybe
out?
it could be a thing now. Maybe you
was
can
one
start
of
wearing
them.
a suit to our interviews.
Yeah, I'll be boiling hot and have you sweating.
It's freezing in here!
It's nice now.
Okay.
It's nice now. Oh, this is for me.
Aww.
This is early days with Carlos and Shug in the Zone YTV. Can I pinpoint the year that this was?
2003.
Probably 2003.
Look at the hair.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's my hair or her
Yeah,
hair?
your hair.
Short.
Short.
What are you gonna do? When I was in theater school, one of my teachers, because I used to just have my hair buzzed, he just said, "That's a good look. You should keep that." And I went, "All right," and I
that
kept
was
it
it?
for like a decade.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I have no house to my
I
hair.
remember that.
Yeah. My other partner in crime, first TV partner. I think we made a lot of really good TV together.
Yeah. Iconic duo.
Iconic duo. We have a lot of love for the people that grew up watching us. They show us a lot of love too. So yeah, so good. What a great start. Sometimes I see these YouTube clips and I'm like, who is that person?
It's a different time.
It's a different time, but like who,
yeah.
you know, like you must feel this too. But when you think about who you were like when you were very first on camera
Yeah.
versus, you know, now,
I know.
how much more comfortable, how much
Yeah.
more confident
I used to do
you
weather,
are.
so looking
Yeah.
back at that, I was like, interesting.
Yeah, man.
That's us. Quick and tell.
us.
Yeah, that was a amazing lunch that we had together when I called you
Yeah.
over. We just know how to show up for a camera. Like we just
We really
know
do.
how to laugh. We know our angles, and we just kind of shoot it out. And Adrian did a wicked job.
AOC, shout out to AOC,
Yeah.
who we work with frequently, and was our colleague from ET Canada, who just also knows how to get
shot.
the great shots of us.
Yeah, my legs look amazing. It looks like it's coming out of your head.
All of my like super cool jumping shots on my Instagram
Doesn't it? I just realized it looks like.
are AOC.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like antlers.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Look like
sticking
big weird antlers growing out of my head. That was a fun photo shoot too.
Okay, one more.
Ah, here, put this beside you.
That's
for,
me.
for your camera.
Yeah, that's back at CoverGirl. The first time I was a CoverGirl was when I was 40.
Yeah.
Which was such a big iconic moment because we didn't celebrate diversity when it came to hair, makeup, and
Right,
and it was a big
yeah.
deal at that time. And the fact that we did it on my 40th birthday was absolutely
It's milestone
insane.
stuff.
I know. I'm
That's
like,
great.
I'm 40. What?
Yeah.
I'm a brown girl. What? So that was a big deal. And then again, 2025, again, a CoverGirl and spokesperson, and it's still a pinch me moment to this day. And the smile says it all. It's just,
says it all, man.
really, really, you're working with the CoverGirl. Look at me right
Also,
now.
someone who is
Look at-
simply ageless.
Simply ageless.
Simply ageless.
Aging gracefully and smiling gracefully. So yeah, that's great. Okay, last one.
Maybe for my CoverGirl call. What's this? What's this little
More
dance?
legs. This, I have no idea what's happening here, but it's
that
Adrian who
dance?
shot that.
Yep.
As you can tell. And it was in front of the prompter. I think I was just waiting and we took a shot and he
Also,
got
I
the
want to
shot.
point out that these are the shoes that lived in the studio.
It wasn't these. It was the ugly
underneath
sandals.
The makeup
Someone
table
stole
or
my
whatever.
ugly sandals. Did you know that?
Wasn't it those? I feel like it was these that were always there.
So I had these pair of ugly sandals and ugly jacket. Everyone complained about my jacket. Do you remember that? The blue ugly jacket?
I didn't complain.
And Ross like, why? And I'm like,
I
then
didn't.
everyone started using it. And I lost my ugly slippers. But I think Morgan took my ugly slippers. But it was a thing.
That they were the ugly slippers.
The ugly slippers and the ugly sweater was mine.
I remember I would go there and Pete would always be like, whose shoes are these? Why are these shoes are always there? Someone's got to get rid of these. Someone's got to come.
But
and
we
pick them. I don't
never,
know.
we always wore flats when we went onto stage and then put the heels on.
put the
Then we'd
heels
take
on.
the heels off and then put our flats. But there
Same.
was a thing about ugly shoes and ugly sweater. But I thought it was communal. I thought everyone used it. So
I never got to.
it was cold in there, like it's cold in here.
It's perfect in here
It is
now.
perfectly fine. For context, that photo, you posted it for the official 6 years of you being at ET Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Crazy. 6 years. It was only supposed to be a 6-month gig. And ended up being.
Yeah, you said
Look
that,
at
in the caption. You said it was the biggest risk that you ever took,
Yeah.
was leaving your full-time gig and going to do the 6-month contract.
Yeah. Crazy.
Man.
I took the risk.
Take the risk, everybody.
Always take the risk. You
Take
never
the
know what's
risk.
going to happen.
My first in studio, I think my first in studio, I have a picture of it on my Instagram, Might have been us two together.
Oh, no way.
I think
I didn't
my
know that.
first at the table was you and me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So you and Jed were even Morgan, I think you guys were I was like your first.
Oh, now you're putting things together. You're like, throw him with Sangita.
Yeah, Sangita's
It's
easy.
your first date? Throw him with Sangita.
She just ad-libs everything. You
There
just
you
go with it.
She'll just talk. It doesn't matter.
Just go with her. It's freezing in here.